2 weeks. And yourself and whoever you're making the visit with, before you make your visit, you pray. Don't just go. You spend some time in prayer, and in that time of prayer, you ask God to open the heart of whoever you're going to. Amen? If we're going to send, yes, brother. Uh-huh.
Whether they are going to follow them to church.
Yes.
At the time they did introduce Jesus to them,
Uh-huh.
how would it be the best way to go about it?
Well, I would then say that if you are, by then you would have introduced Jesus, because the first thing is God made the world, made all of us. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Jesus was sent for us. So by that stage, Jesus was already introduced. And then a desire to commit your life to Jesus has already come. And if you're going to walk this walk, you need to be in a community of people who understand and love Jesus. And therefore, I would like to invite you to come to church with me. So it would have been an invitation to come. And then arrange, if they have their own transport, you meet them, you arrange where you meeting them in the compound, and you are there before them, so that when they come they don't feel strange. Or you arrange to pick them up and you go with them the first time, so the first time they kind of know, and it doesn't feel awkward and strange. You know, walking into a Catholic church could feel real awkward and strange for many people. So you have to accompany them the first time. Okay? Great. We're going to shift a little bit. And what we're going to do, actually no. We're not going to introduce anything new now. I'm going to introduce it when you come back, because I think your head's already full. Am I correct? I think your head's already full. So what we're going to do, you're going to turn to the person next to you, or if it's three of you, I want you just to share with somebody what touched you this morning. In everything we did this morning, what touched you? What really struck you? What remains with you? Go ahead. Turn to each other. Okay. Okay. Hello. Hello. So let's come back together. So we had a very full and fruitful morning. Amen. There's a lot that we have learned in these 2 days. And clearly from the conversations, there's a lot in your heart to be shared. Correct? And I see a lot of energy. I see a lot of dynamism. I see a lot of joy. And all of those are wonderful and great things. So just pause for a moment right now. Just pause. And reach into your heart and ask the Lord, what are you doing inside of me? Now turn to the person next to you. One word, not 2 words, 1 word. Just tell them what's happening inside of you. Yeah, turn to them. Just tell them 1 word. Everybody said their word? My word is excitement. That's my word. Okay. So we're about to break for lunch now. And I want you to, at the lunch tables, while you're sitting down having lunch, rather than talking about all the wonderful things in the world, just at the lunch table, talk about the method that you learned this morning. And remember as much as you can around the table, and who forgets, fill in, and let's just have that conversation around lunch. Could we do that? Because if you have 3 or 4 passes through it, then it will start sticking. It wouldn't seem so big and so wonderful. It'll just start to stick. So you'll at your lunch tables, you will do that. Amen? I want to make a strange call. Sister Debbie came to Ghana in 1982 as a missionary and came back many times since then. And I was thinking it would be nice if we had missionaries from Ghana come into Trinidad for a little while. So Sister Debbie has a lay community, and I also belong to a lay community. Both communities are charismatic communities. And there are people in these communities who take promises of celibacy, of simplicity, and of obedience, and engage in mission work in Trinidad as a vocation. And as a vocation, it is a way of giving yourself to God. Not everybody is called for this. And not everybody who has a vocation has a missionary vocation. But if they have 1 or 2 people here in this gathering who have been considering vocation seriously and thinking about missionary life as one thing that you might have been thinking about, if you've been considering that, just come in the lunch, when we break for lunch now, just come and talk to Sister Debbie and myself for 5 minutes. If that is something. So for that, you have to be single. You have to be single. You can't leave your wife or your husband. Okay? You have to be single. You have to be thinking about a vocation and having a sense that God is asking you something. You have to be also having thought maybe missionary life might be something that I might be thinking about. There might be nobody here, and that's fine. But if there are anybody here who has that churn in their heart, just come and talk to Sister Debbie and myself in the lunch right now. And let's just see if God is doing anything at all. Amen? And the rest of you pray for them. So let us stand and we say the grace. Oh, sit then. We have few announcements. We are under different management now.